Hello and welcome to another How I Make Stuff video. And there's going to be a progress video of a little space girl portrait. It's inspired by Juan Jimenez. If you're not familiar with his work, look it up. It's really amazing stuff. He just passed away last year. And it's pretty simple. It's just going to be a head. Just going to be a head and some space gear, like my little sketch at the beginning. I sped this up of probably 200%. And what am I using? I'm using a cheap lead pencil. At this stage, I wasn't using any reference. Actually, I'm not sure if I used any reference for this drawing. I don't remember. I don't think so. But I wanted a more angular face. It was going to be a female. I was thinking like a Ripley type thing. Like a Alien, Sigourney Weaver, Ripley. Maybe not as angular as like a Angelina Jolie. But not typical Hollywood. How about that? So what I enjoy drawing most is figures, portraits, organic shapes, and less helmets, mechanical stuff. But I'll still do it. But if you break it down, it's all the same. Just draw what's interesting to you. This is an old pencil I just want to finish, so I'm using that pencil extender. Gum eraser. I don't really like this pencil, I just wanted to finish it. So I was using it for shading, basically. It's a little too soft. It's a 6B, but I don't like this brand. It was on sale, I bought like a dozen. And that's my last one, and I'm probably not going to buy it again. I probably should have taken my time with the shading and the lips, but I knew I was making a video, so I wanted to do it faster. Again, this is 200%. A lot of those lines, especially between the brows, that's just to remind me later, like to go back and fix that. I know I'm going to probably do a lot of smudging because of the time constraint. I wanted to keep this video relatively short. Also, I had something on my computer screen, like a movie. I think I was watching White Lotus or something. So that's why it's not mic'd. That's why I'm doing this voiceover. On the side, if you notice that thing, that's just like a small rig tool for my camera. I forgot to put it away. Again, I'm building the shapes in her face. I was trying to figure out how old to make her. I think I settled on probably mid-30s, early 40s. I didn't want to put too many wrinkles on her face. See, this kind of stuff, it's just building shapes. Also, that's a Faber-Castell pencil. And this is the one I like. It's another 6B, but the lead is a little softer, or a little harder. Also bought a box of this. So I probably have like 10 more. So how long do these pencils last? For drawing like this, where I don't do too much shading, I could probably keep this pencil going for a bunch of drawings. But if I was doing an actual portrait where I have to shade everything, it'll probably last for like three or four drawings. Because I do a lot of sharpening as I draw. I like to keep the tip sharp. If I was working from life or something, I wouldn't even use a sharpener. I'll just sharpen with a blade. This is a cheapy smudge stick. I think I bought it at Amazon or Dick Blick art material for like $1. So the nose, I was trying to figure out if I wanted a bump on her nose or smooth. This is a lot of stuff you figure out later, because I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with that face. Again, this isn't the best lighting because I had the light on top of the drawing, so it's reflecting a little. Because where I had my camera's pointed straight down, so I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the drawing at a bad angle. I gotta figure out this whole setup. Still trying to figure out the shapes on the helmet. So in my mind, like I said, I wanted to pay homage to Juan Jimenez. This gum eraser has been with me for a while. Do you know you could wash gum erasers? You could actually put it under the sink and wash it as long as it dries. I've never done it, but I saw a YouTube video where someone did it. Again, these are details I don't really need to get to yet, but I just wanted to see. I wanted to develop the face a little bit more just to keep my interests up. There's more shading I could have used a bad pencil on. Some hard edges. I probably could have stopped the drawing now and transferred onto watercolor paper and done color over this. But I kept going anyway. This might be... Here we go. This is actual speed. Zoomed in a little. Drawing some eyelashes. So I notice a lot of people draw with their hands really low on the pencil. Because I'm a little heavy-handed when I draw, I like to keep my hand a little higher up on the pencil, just to keep it looser. I started doing that from oil painting, where you hold the handle really further back, so you get a little distance between you and the painting. Keeps the drawing a little looser. More smudging. That other smudge stick, that's just a rolled up piece of paper. I mean, theoretically, I could make my own. I'm just really bad at rolling up pieces of paper. I don't like that shining, that glare on the eye. Gotta find a better place to put the light. The light was right on top of my camera. Probably could have fast forwarded this. But you could fast forward this. You could put this on double speed on YouTube settings. But then I'll sound like a chickmunk. It's just laying out the tones so I can erase it later. Going back to that eye. Trying to figure out how much wrinkles, how concerned she should look with her eyebrows. There was another actress I had in mind when I was drawing this, and I can't remember who it is right now. I remember the face, I just don't remember the name. If it was going to be more than a sketch, I would definitely look up reference, something to draw from, or go into ZBrush and sculpt something and use that as reference. If I ever decide to develop this further, I would probably do that. Go on ZBrush, I mean. And this is another cheapy mechanical pencil for more shading. Ultimate control. Problem with these mechanical pencils, the tiny lead, if I was just going to do an entire drawing this way, it would take me forever. I'd probably have to do 400% sped up video. I mean, I might at some point do a time lapse. I don't know how interesting those are. I don't know how interesting this is. This might be very boring and I'm talking to myself. But, I mean, this could be the most boring podcast. It's a little too dark under the nose. I'll have to fix that. Which I think I did eventually. See, everything turns into a portrait. I like doing this stuff most, so I spend most of my time on it. So people ask, how do you know which direction to draw? Or which direction to lay down the pencil marks? So if you could imagine the face or the surface, the direction of the surface, where it goes down, you just follow the direction. Right? So you can imagine that slope on the cheekbone down to the jaw. As long as it's consistent, it'll look good. I like doing it a little more descriptive, the lines, rather than just talking shadow. So you want to talk about the shape describing the form. This is a new tool I have. It's my electric eraser. I don't think I used it that much on this drawing. I just had it in my pencil box. So I'm going to break it out. I have like 500 little erasers. Again, this is real speed. Pencil extender there. Oh, here's the eraser again. Did I need to use it on this? No, I did not. I'm going to erase that teeth. The line right in the middle. Stands out too much. That's just a brush to brush away the eraser flakes. See, with a mechanical pencil like that, you could be very subtle. This is why people love drawing with metal point, silver point. You get those transitions you can't really get with a pencil. It's so expensive. See, I just sharpen the pencil. I'm gonna go deep into that nostril. A lot of traffic outside. It's like 1 a.m. right now, so any time a car passes by, you take notice. Also, it's the only time it's quiet here. See, after all that, what are we? Probably 30 minutes into the drawing. Getting into the helmet. Trying to figure out what kind of shapes I want back there. This is why I admire artists like Mobius and Jimenez, Travis Charest. They could do these mechanical things so easily, effortlessly. For this, I just keep it loose until I have to get tighter. Make sure she could turn her head. So you play a story in your head, in your mind, what every little piece of thing is for. What are those two lines for? It's cushioning for her head, cushioning for her face. On the side, it's air. Should be a piece of glass right in front. And the little bubble in the bottom is to keep the condensation from the glass. You gotta explain to yourself why. Of course, I'll end up erasing it just because it looks bad. But this is the sketch before I start doing the watercolor. So I'll take this drawing, I'll ink it in the next video, and then I'll color it in the video after that. I'm not a huge fan of smudging. I only do it when there's time constraints. Normally, I'll just crosshatch with pencil, mechanical pencil. That's so she could hear. Now it's supposed to be a wire and a transmitter. More wires. It doesn't really make sense having those wires over there. I'm gonna erase that when I get to the painting. Because loose wires on spacesuits, it's just a bad idea. That's air hose, air or food. Not sure. Little Darth Vader thing going. Should be no little wires on spacesuits. Just want to make the lines a little darker so it'll be easier to transfer it onto the watercolor paper. give myself some guides. What's going to be black, what's going to be shaded in. So I was thinking, should she have a tear? No, she should not. So this is a swipe right from those old Metabones is the camera stuff. Comics. Metabones Speed Booster. No, it's Metabarons. I have those comics. I should know. Hodorowski. Just a quick sketch. Next video, I'm going to ink this. Here's the finish of the finished drawing. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all that. Hit the bell icon, whatever that does.